Good afternoon and welcome to Basketball New Zealand's coverage of the Aon Under-19 Nationals from the Mecca of New Zealand Basketball, the North Shore Event Centre. My name is Josh Davis and I am joined by Andrew Horrocks. Andrew, we've got a great game ahead of us today.
Yeah, very exciting, Josh. The two best teams, obviously both undefeated coming into this, so who's going to hold their nerve and be the final victors?
So for Waikato starting, we have Charlize Leger-Walker, their captain, and a tall fern at the age of 16, Koha Lewis, River Walker-Pittman. We also have Casey Leaf, who was big yesterday with offensive rebounds and cutting. We have Ella Bradley for Harbour. We have Taylor Dalton, Jordan Maddox, Tessa Talo Tomokino, Mareta Davidson, and Keely Tenney. As we get started, Harbour with the ball. So what are the keys here for Harbour today for you, Andrew?
For Harbour, I really want to see how they're going to use Rashawn Smith. She had some great sub minutes yesterday, and how can they use her in bursts just to get them going. Their guards were great yesterday, getting some early steals and getting them to a great start in the first quarter. What about for Waikato, Josh?
So for Waikato, obviously everything goes through Charlize Leger-Walker. She's a tall fern at the age of 16. You know, she has experience that can't be matched really. She's been playing at international competition earlier this year. She just misses that three, but she's also ably supported as well by players like Ella Bradley, Ariel Williams-Mackey, Casey Leaf, Koha Lewis had a big game, like I said earlier, in the semi-final last night. So it's not just the Charlize show. She's got great support, and the great thing about her is she's got the IQ to use her teammates as well. So again, we'd have Harbour as the slight underdogs here for this game, but two really talented squads.
I think a good thing to look out for as well is the depth in the coaching. Obviously, Waikato, you've got Coach Corbin and Leanne Walker. And then on the Harbour side, you've got Bronwyn Davidson, who's ably assisted by Jodie Cameron, who's a Tall Ferns assistant coach. So she knows Charlize well. It'll be interesting to see how they guard her early on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It'll be interesting to see what the scout is on Charlize. We saw a lot of face guarding yesterday. And a nice finish inside from Keely Tenney to even the scores up. She got a lot of face guarding from Amy Book against Canterbury in the semi-final, Charlize. So it'll be interesting to see what the strategy is for Harbour. Maybe you want to play some help defense. That might help. But Harbour looking to push the ball. They've run out nice and early in transition so far, and they've got a couple of good looks out of it. So they've clearly been encouraged to push the pace. And that's paid dividends early on.
That will calm both sides as well, getting some early scores. Now we'll see how the defenses adjust.
So they're mushing on that first Charlize Leger-Walker on ball. And the weak side defense hasn't been great so far from Harbour, but they come away with the defensive rebound, and Jordan Maddox looks to push. Talo Tomokino had a big first quarter yesterday. She had 11 points within the first 7 or so minutes on perfect shooting. So again, she's a key, and as I say that, she turns the ball over.
The old commentator's curse, Josh.
That's a classic. You know you're a proper commentator when you've cursed someone with your words. Big moment. That's a great pass on the on-ball. Koha Lewis got it to Ella Bradley. Couldn't get the bucket to go, though.
That's definitely something to watch out for, the offensive boards that Waikato have got early on. What's Harbour going to do to adjust to stop that from happening?
Maddox with the step back, might have been a long two. Couldn't draw a iron on that one. She is a very capable three-point shooter, though. And Charlize Walker not with a pass you'd expect her to make. She wasn't quite precise with the accuracy on that one, and Harbour managed to get a tip on it, so it'll be Waikato ball from the baseline. And straight away they get an easy look. Casey Leaf again showed last night in the semi-final how adept she is at cutting, as Taylor Dalton has her eyes up in transition. Marita Davidson can't make the layup. Jordan Maddox will not be shy shooting those threes. Probably one of the best shooters in New Zealand in age group basketball, so she's always a threat.
That's one thing Waikato might want to be wary of early on is Harbour's getting out in transition. They're pushing the ball and they're looking to get those early scores if they can.
Taylor Dalton launches the three and that can't quite go, and Kelly Tinney being aggressive on the O boards, but Ella Bradley comes away with it and turns it over. Taylor Dalton showing the netball skills. Surely there was a foul there, but she got hit across the head. Ella Bradley was jumped from out of bounds. She went to secure that rebound, and it'll be Harbour ball from the baseline.
Harbour once again on their inbounds, looking for that box set, looking for that cross screen, and they get the ball in early.
They need to convert some of these opportunities. They've had some good looks. We've already had our first substitution of the game. We have Parahuia Dalamere subbed in nice and early for Tala Tomakino. Dalamere was great off the bench yesterday. Lots of rebounds and steals and lots of little things that helped contribute to a big Harbour win in their semi-final last night, where they beat Taranaki 91-60. He almost gets the steal there. Ella Bradley's so versatile and deadly. They're ostensibly playing as a big, but she's so good at running in transition and catching and driving. She's really quick, and so she presents a bunch of matchup nightmares to the opposition defense. Did a good steal there, but Charlize couldn't get it to her. Oh, great pass. Couldn't get it to go. There's Kyle Lewis. Dropped it off to Casey Leaf there. Couldn't quite get the layup to go. Great pass and cut. River Walker Pittman, the great dime. And yeah, that was probably a foul there by Walker Pittman.
Seemed to be a little bit of confusion there from Harbour as to what they were going to do on the on-ball screen there. So lucky to get that foul call.
Koha Lewis again active as ever on the defensive side of the ball, knocks the ball out of bounds. So Harbour again will run that same play, just with a slightly different location of the inbound. And they look inside for Jordan Maddox post up. Going against Charlize, and they called a double dribble.
Bit nervy start from Harbour. You'd have to say they want to start rotating the ball a little bit more. They're getting a bit isocentric, and it's tough to win finals if you keep doing that.
Taylor Dalton again with the big steal. And the finish by Marita Davidson. Taylor Dalton anticipating those passes to Charlize has managed to get a couple of quick turnovers, and that'll settle the nerves for Harbour. Oh, the great eye fake off the dribble. Charlize got a defender thinking that she was going to pull up for the jump shot, and then as a defender jumped, just blew by her. So wily with those moves. Taylor Dalton looks to drive, and Charlize steals it right back from her. It's a nice little matchup we've had so far, and a great pass from Charlize to Ella Bradley.
Well, that's where Charlize is just so dangerous. When she gets in the open floor, she keeps her eyes up. She's always looking for other options, and if people make intelligent cuts, then she'll find them.
And the 8-second violation. Caused by Koha Lewis. Great defense there. As we see Janae Hettig into the game. And I think we have an early timeout, presumably to Harbour. Andrew, what's Coach Bronwyn Davidson addressing in this timeout?
I think a lot of it's got to be defense. Firstly, you've got to talk about on-ball accountability, keeping the person you're guarding in front of you, and then should they get beaten, then you've got to make sure that your help is getting across, closing off those driving lanes, and then everyone else can rotate through.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I mean, if you're Coach Corbs with Waikato, same thing. Maybe defensive transition would be the big thing. Harbour managed to push the ball up pretty easily and get some good looks in transition. So just addressing that kind of stuff would be important. And also they've had a few little turnovers as well, so they might want to just talk about ball security. And again, that a lot of these players have been through lots of big games, lots of big tournaments, lots of big finals. They're a very measured and calm team, so they'll be looking to go to try and push this lead out even further here to start.
As we talked about last night, you've got the 2017 Under-19 Women's Champions against a lot of members of the 2017 Under-17 Women's Champions, so there's a lot of big game experience on the court.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Harbour, most of these girls played in Under-17s last year, where they managed to win down in Wellington. Taylor Dalton is the MVP. And Charlize coming off the double screen, gets to the rim. Looks like there's a bit of contact there, but they're just going to say the ball was deflected out of bounds. Piper Manolis is checked in for Harbour. Loose pass there. And Janae Hettig couldn't get that shot to go, so it'll be Harbour possession. Looking to get a good score here. I'm sure they drew up a play out of that last time out. Be interesting to see what they run here. Great pressure from Waikato. And we're in a late shot clock situation. It'll be interesting to see how Harbour handles this. 4 seconds on the shot clock. And stifling defense from Waikato. Lots of defensive pressure all the way out to halfway. And then they stayed solid in their principles once it got late shot clock. Now Dalamere's been given the assignment. Charlie Walker, Taylor Dalton, a bit of a rest. Just meanders down the key there. It's an easy little floater to go.
A little bit easy there for Waikato off the off-ball screen.
Great pass. And great block there. Janae Hettig.
I think we're seeing a lot better off-ball defense from Waikato. They're helping early, they're getting across, and they're stifling any attempts at the rim by Harbour.
They're a very connected group. There's Betty Davidson. It's a much-needed jumper. Harbour back to 6. Charlie's Walker is good at basketball. You're going to need to offer a little bit more help with the rim, but I guess problem she poses, she did this very well last night. She gets into the paint, she draws the defense. She's surrounded by a bunch of capable shooters who knocked down a lot of threes last night, so that could be something that Harbour factored in here. And it's a 5-second violation here for Harbour, so back to Waikato. And for a solid start, starting to weigh on them a little bit here. Harbour just keeping composure. And
It'll be interesting to see here if Harbour coach Bronwyn Davidson decides to go for Rashawn Smith. Might limit, and here she comes. So it's a good chance for them to get the ball inside, hopefully get some easier baskets, draw some fouls on Waikato, and try and reduce this early deficit.
We saw her come in last night. She just came in little 3-4 minute spurts and then just getting buckets. She got 15 points on about 12 minutes. So it's nice to look for Taylor Dodd. Rashawn Smith was key last night. Ringhead scoring off the bench. Great first block by Janae Hettig, but Rashawn stayed with it on the offensive rebound, put it home, and that's the impact that Coach Davidson would have wanted to get into the game at this point. And unfortunately for Harbour, Kiwatini got the deflection, but they come away with the ball. Taylor Dold with her eyes up, pushing the ball. Kiwatini with the drive and the step through. Out of bounds.
Could have been a push in the back call there on Harbour, but wasn't given.
Screen it. That box there. Double. See, nice and early. Anthony Corbin wants his double onto Sean Smith. Great pressure there from Piper Manolis.
You can see the energy of the Harbour team's just changed a little bit. They've got a couple of easy scores, and now the defensive intensity's really lifted. And foul called straight off that. That'll be on 6, Piper Manolis.
Waikato have been very aggressive driving the ball so far. They maybe have seen a couple of holes in the Harbour defence, so they've been instructed to really aggressive, and that's paid off already for them so far. There's River Walker Whitman, knocks down the first free throw. Making the 7. Janae Hettig just chilling. Comes up with the offensive rebound. Harbour needs to do better boxing out there, and Piper Manolis again comes away with the steal. Push the ball, and foul's called there against River Walker Pittman.
Bit of a stoppage here.
Very close, get his hands on the ball.
Harbour making it very obvious that they're trying to get the ball back inside. Here comes the double team.
Too easy.
3 straight baskets for Harbour. That's what they wanted. Get it back to a 6-point deficit.
6-point baskets off the bench. Sorry, 6-point points off the bench there for Rashawn Smith. And she makes her presence felt there, protecting the rim.
That'll be one thing to look at for the Waikato guards, is if you put Rashawn in the pick and roll, she's going to have to mush every time, so that pull-up jump shot's going to be available for you if you want it.
Oh, Rashawn Smith, not in my house.
Slightly different look at there out of the out of bounds play.
Charlie Walker shows you the repertoire. A little pull-up jump shot. Do it all offensively. And down 22-16. Waikato have the last shot here. You would assume Charlize could be aggressive, could have been an offensive foul call there. Probably a good no call, and then Piper Manolis is called for the shooting foul. 3.8 seconds left in the quarter.
No, they're giving it to Rashawn Smith.
Oh.
Bit of a contentious decision there on who to give it to. But that'll be interesting for Waikato if they can get her in early foul trouble. It takes away that advantage that Harbour's shown in the second half of this first quarter. Just got to start knocking down the free throws, Josh.
These free throws are important, as Harbour under 15 boys can attribute. We're going to be running some lengths this evening at training, boys. And Tony almost breaks the shot clock as we end the first quarter, 23-16 to Waikato. Andrew, what is Anthony Corbin going to be talking about in this huddle at quarter time?
I think if you're Waikato, whenever Rashawn's in the game, you've got to think, how am I going to deny getting her the ball? We also saw when Keely Tinney took the drive at the end of that quarter, there was no help defense because everyone decided, no, we've still got to worry about Rashawn. So he's got to think defensively, how are we going to stop that? And offensively, how are we going to isolate her, try and bring her out to the three-point line where she doesn't like to operate, and then blow by her, get to the hoop. What about for Harbour, Josh?
Yeah, again, they need to just make sure that... Yeah, so for Harbour, they need to make sure they just take care of the dribble penetration. Is the big thing. Here we have the team list. We didn't quite get to those at the start of the game. We have Ariel Williams, Mackie, Waikato. And here's the team list for Harbour. So yeah, for Harbour, the keys for them are just making sure they take away that dribble penetration. Probably the help defense needs to be a bit better. They can't just allow Charlie Walker to take her player off the dribble every position. So their help defense is going to need to be a lot better. Charlie's already has 11 points after the first quarter.
Whereas if you look at Harbour, it's a lot more balanced scoring. You've got Keely's got 4, Taylor Dawson's got 4, Rashawn's got 6 on 3 for 3 shooting. That's going to be big. She can keep getting efficient shots at the hoop.
Yeah, Rashawn made a big difference once she came on, as she did last night in the semi-final. She's such a threat inside, and even when seeing that double team, if she can keep find the open person out of that double team, then that opens everything up for everyone else. They should be going 4 on 3 out of that. So as long as they're intelligent about how they play out of the post, they can really keep making Waikato pay for that.
On the neutral drive, Josh, you're going to be very happy. Only a 7-point game at the moment. Can definitely swing both ways.
Definitely, yes. Hopefully we get a nice close game here. Wow. Charlize with the dime off the back screen. Great little inbounds play by Anthony Corbin, but can't get the layup go, but to have the ball back. Ella Bradley looks to drive, control the ball, managed to keep it in. Liv Maddox just gave her player a nice little nudge out of bounds, and we Harbour ball.
Got to feel a little grieved there if your coach Corbin drop a beautiful play to start the second quarter and doesn't quite end up how you want it to.
It's coach killer, that's for sure. And lots of contact there. I think we're going to call Rashawn over the back there. She's forcing a little bit.
Yeah, pretty obvious call, that one. As soon as that arm starts extending out, trying to get the ball, pretty easy call there.
See Taylor Dalton back on Charlie Walker. They Delamere on him for a little bit. They're just going to keep mixing up the coverage there. And oh my goodness, Casey Leaf tried to take Rashawn Smith off the dribble.
You see Rashawn now coming out of the game. We've got Keely Tinney back in. Can Harbour keep the momentum going, or is this going to be a nice little change here for Waikato?
Charlize can't get the layup to drop. Great little pass to Ella Bradley. Uh-oh, man down, man down. Can't allow that. Such a threat from out there, you have to respect her. She's not like other players you may have defended at this level. You need to make sure your hand is up, or she's gonna shoot that in your grill. Taylor looks to come off the on ball. And shoots the 3 and can't reply with her own. And Mareta Davidson very aggressive on the ovals. They're lucky not to get it called for an offensive foul. Charlie's with a great drive and kick.
A couple of easy scores there for Waikato. as they push the lead back out to 12. If you're Harbour, how are you going to adjust, try and slow them down and get a few good scores of your own?
Harbour seem to feel like they have quite a lot of size mismatches. They're crashing the boards super hard and looking for post-ups, so it's kind of leading to more spacing at the moment, but Taylor Dalton comes in, settles things down for a nice little floater, get it back to 10. Great left-hand pass, and a great step through there by Walker-Pittman. He's got so many versatile offensive players to complement Charlie Sledger-Walker, who's already the best player on the court. Makes him such a tough cover. Get into a late shot clock situation again. Taylor rips and Euro step to get to the floater. A couple of nice floaters there in a row for Taylor Dalton.
Yeah, she's working at a lot this summer with new Breakers head coach Kevin Braswell, and it's another thing she's now got in her arsenal.
I'm sure KB is claiming all the credit on those last 2 baskets. Casey Leaf gets to the paint, nice little drop off on the Ella Bradley cut. Harbour managed to get the rebound, and Delamere looks to push it and keep Jordan Maddox in the corner. She swings it to Taylor Dalton, no hesitation, can't get the 3 to drop. Charlize looks to push. Might have been travel. It's too easy. It's so hard to defend. She can score at every level of the defense, everywhere on the court.
Something you got to keep in mind is you can play fantastic defense for 20 seconds, but if you switch off for those last 4 seconds, she'll make you pay.
It's all for naught if you can't finish it. Full stop. Great rebound from Delamere. Can't get it to go. Another offensive rebound. Great open look for Taylor. And she gets it to go. Taylor Dalton starting to heat up. Much needed for Harbour. I believe that's 11 points now for Taylor as Harbour get the turnover. Jordan Maddox looked. Her eyes up were looking to push the ball, but made a good read to just be nice and patient. It's a great cut. Juanita Davidson and Taylor Dalton found it with a great pass. Maybe a smart foul. And timeout has been called. Maybe by Waikato as Harbour looked to arrest some of the momentum. Andrew, what's led to Harbour getting a bit of momentum in the last couple of minutes?
I think just the simple fact of putting the ball in the hoop.
It helps. It does help.
The one thing, though, if you're Coach Corbin, is you've got to talk to your players, is it's basically only been 2 players that have been hurting them. You've got Dalton and Rashaan. And so if they can limit those 2, who else from Harbour is going to step up and help those 2 in eliminating this 9-point deficit? If you're Coach Bronwyn Davidson, Josh, what are you thinking at the moment?
Again, just going through the hot hand of Taylor Dalton has been key, but they've also they've been a bit more measured with the ball, a few less turnovers this quarter. They're looking to push the ball in transition, but they're not forcing anything. They're not pushing those turnovers, so that's been really good so far for Harbour in this quarter. And now they just need to make sure they're getting some consistent stops. Maybe they still need to make sure that Charlize is working a bit harder for her baskets, but it's very easy to say that from up here when you're defending a tall fern player. So again, just need to try and make it as difficult as they can on Charlize, but easier said than done.
Yeah, both coaches will be happy though. Halfway through the quarter, neither teams are in foul trouble, so Either the teams are playing very good defense or the referees just aren't calling anything. I think we'll go with the former.
I heard nothing negative about the referees from this vantage point.
Good job by Waikato there. Harbour trying to get a Jordan Maddox post up, but they've done a fantastic job of just denying that passing lane and getting them out of that.
Harbour came out with a smaller lineup. They've got 4 guards along with Kelly Tinney. You would have thought that might have led to just some straight up dribble penetration, drive and kick.
1 second on the shot clock. What's Harbour going to draw up?
Jordan Maddox 3 for that. No, but again, with this quick and skillful lineup that they've got on the court with 4 guards, Harbour, you'd hope that they maybe look to push the pace a little bit more, or at least space the court out. And Taylor Dalton gets her hands on another pass. She's been a menace getting in those passing lanes so far.
That's what we saw from Harbour last night against Taranaki. Very good job creating havoc on those inbounds and creating some easy scores for them.
Charlize is so measured bringing the ball up the court there, just completely composed once the ball's in her hands. Ella Bradley looks to drive baseline. Again, Casey Leaf, I think it was on the cut. She's so adept at that. Great D from Tess. Oh, unfortunately, they couldn't come away with the defensive rebound. Probably a lucky bounce there. Again, it's not a stop if you don't come away with that defensive board.
I think both teams were happy they're out of the timeout defensively. They just want a bit more ball movement offensively, get some easier looks and keep putting the ball in the hoop.
Great pass from Taylor Dalton with the acrobatic finish. Brings us to a 7-point game.
As Josh mentioned earlier, Taylor Dalton, 2017 under-17 women's MVP. So she's no stranger to the big stage.
Turnover, and that'll be Harbour possession. Really good job defensively so far this half. Slowing down Waikato. Specifically, the supporting cast. Charlize is still getting hers, but the other support players have been able to get going so far. Manolis with 3, can't get it to go. Charlize, dangerous in transition with her court vision.
Great switch there on the pick and roll by Harbour.
Yeah, that's what allows them to be, they can do that with the smaller lineup they've got now. Everyone can guard every position, so right, Andrew, I think that might be a great way that they can keep making life difficult for Waikato.
Out of bounds there, 9 seconds left on the shot clock for Waikato. Be interesting to see what they try and draw up here as we see Rashawn Smith coming back into the game. Harbour going with a slightly bigger lineup, trying to take advantage of their size.
Great job defensively.
But unlucky there, Harbour. They did a great cut there. Waikato got slightly stuck on the handoff. Not a lot of communication about that they were going to switch and then go back, but Harbour were unfortunately unable to make them pay.
Charlize looking to start off in the one stitch. Comes off that on ball, uses a little dribble fakes and her eye fakes. the defense to shift and gets her way to the hoop. She's so wily.
Coach Corbin just puts the Nay Hettig back in, obviously trying to counter that size from Sean Smith.
Great drive there from Maddox.
As Maddox there goes 1 for 2 from the line. Last 2 minutes of a half, always an important time for both teams. Can you get on a bit of run, give you momentum into the second half, and hopefully try and close this game out?
Charlie's again just skips away to the rim, can't quite get that one to go. Great hustle. Anita Davidson to dive on the loose ball as Harbour go the other way. Shot clock again. Taylor looks go at Charlize. Sean with the long jumper. Can't get it to go, but at least through some rim, and Waikato will be called for the foul.
If you're Harbour though, you're not too unhappy with that foul. I mean, it's good to see your players getting after the ball, and unfortunately when contact like that happens, you leave the referee no choice. Luckily it's only the third team foul, so not too much of a worry there for Harbour. They can set the defence.
Active hands from Moreta there, and Taylor Dalton comes away with it. If they push it here, they might be able to get another shot at the end of the quarter. Great pass, and one for Jordan Maddox. Great job from Taylor Dalton with her eyes up, finding Jordan Maddox on the cut, and she has the wherewithal to finish through the contact. And we have a 6-point game here. Free throw to come. Harbour will surely have another possession. They can get a stop. They're going to go into the half with a lot of momentum here. The M1 play.
Waikato as well, they've still got a 2-for-1 opportunity if they want to use it. Looks like they're not going to, and they're just going to set their offense for one last shot and then try and get a stop from Harbour.
Strong screen, and Charlize realised that Sean wasn't pushing her as much as she maybe should have. Now be on Jordan Maddox to slow it down here, look for the last shot. And foul call there.
Not a bad foul at all there if you're Waikato. Only your third team foul, so you've really got nothing to lose with that.
Risky bounce play. Maddox manages to come away with it. Let's pick the dribble up. There's time here for Taylor Dalton. Got to look for that three. Sean with a step through. Can't get it to go at the buzzer. And as we end our first half in the Aon Under-19 National Women's Grand Final, we have Waikato with the lead, 36-29. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back here at halftime in the Under-19 Aon National Championship. We've got Waikato up 36-29 as we take a closer look at Corbs on his whiteboard. Obviously we're talking about how can they defend the interior presence of Harbour and extend their lead out early in the third quarter and then try and maintain it for the rest of the game. What do you think Coach Bronwyn Davidson's looking at for Harbour, Josh?
Again, they had quite a lot of success running, sort of a lot of success running in transition first half. So again, they'll be wanting to make sure that they're pushing the ball nice and early. And
We'll take a quick look at the stats. Charlize has got 20 points on 9 of 15 shooting, very efficient. Next highest you've got Walker Pittman on 4, Bradley on 4, Williams McKee on 4 as well. And then for Harbour, you've got Taylor Dalton on 13, Rashaan on 6, Jordan Maddox on 4, and Keely Tinney on 4. So both teams just looking for who their third option is going to be, stepping up and help their big guns out.
again, I think to start the half is really a crucial time for Harbour as they look to stay in the game. And not only to make sure they start this first period nice and strong.
Second half, it's Harbour ball. They're looking to get into an early set. Works around to Keely Tinney. She tries to drive. Great defense there.
Right up and under, step through, can't get it to go. And Harbour Williamson on the foul call there. Lots of contact on that one, but no call. Charlize pulls up for the 3 and you can't give her the space to shoot that. Automatic on that one, and Harbour again look to top the court and set up something. Use the on ball. Taylor Dalton pulls up and she hits it. Now Waikato move the ball around. Charlize late in the shot clock, the step back, gets that to go. This is worst case scenario here for Harbour. You do not want to let Charlize start to get cooking, especially with that outside shot.
Push the score out early to 42-31 advantage. That's what we want with Waikato. Just keep that in double digits, keep working around, and that's going to help you a lot in the fourth quarter if that's the score.
Suggested paint that Maddox just pass into the got. Thought that was a shot clock violation, but they didn't call it. Charlize pushes the ball, and Harbour don't get back, and they give up another opportunity. Jordan Maddox looks to push. Deflection. Momentum's all with Waikato right now. Bradley and Charlize Walker look to and one for Charlize Walker. They have such a great connection. Ella Bradley and Charlize Walker played together for a long time, and throughout the various levels, school, reps, New Zealand, they've got great chemistry, and you see that there as Charlize puts and stamps her authority on the second half here.
Oh, that's what you definitely do not want if you're Harbour. Giving Charlize second chance opportunities, especially after she's just created the M1. Put a box out earlier.
Oh, Lewis can't get that pull up and drop. Left to Davidson looks to push it. And Maddox Charlie Walker with a cheeky 28 points already. We have 17 minutes left to go in the game. 4 of 5 from 3. Ominous signs here for Harbour early on.
If you're Harbour, you've got to start getting a hand up on her threes. A lot of them she's getting a little too easily. You've got to make it tough on her.
You've got to be aware she's got that step back in her arsenal, and she has great footwork. She gets her feet set underneath her body. It's a good shot for her. It's no random prayer that she's chucking up. She's a confident shooter. She trains to do that shot. As Rashawn Smith gets another block.
Waikato there with a lovely score off an out of bounds play. Rashawn Smith spotting the ball a little bit like flies, gets after that one, but just can't get there as Taylor Dalton has a spin move shot, but to no avail, and Charlize comes away with the rebound.
Desperation times here for Harbour. They need to make sure they take this lead balloon out. Rashawn Smith again, maybe a 5th block, I think. Get a turnover on the other end. Another turnover. Taylor Dalton looks to push and splits. Double team versus the rim and draws the foul. She'll head to the free throw line, so that might calm Harbour down a little bit.
That's what you need of Harbour. They're struggling a little bit in their half-court offense, so if they can create mistakes out of Waikato, push the ball, try and get to the line, then gives you an easy opportunity just to start clawing back at this now 17-point lead.
Second free throw. Stops of the order of the day here for Harbour. Need to find some ways to get the ball out of Charlize's hands, not let her get it back. She does give it up. Great move to the rim there. Sean with a good rebound. Opportunity to push here for Harbour. Looked like a foul there. Tab Layson chipped into the game. Cut by Taylor. Rashawn decides to go to the rim, and she draws the foul before the shot.
So we got of Harbour. Tabitha Layson did a great job on that defensive possession, just fighting through that screen, making nothing easy, helping Rashawn out. And then we see a foul on this end, so they go straight to the sidelines out of bounds play.
Ray Clyde wanted another touch of the ball.
Claiming Charlize didn't give him enough room. Nice little elevator screen there, action from Harbour.
Hanu Ginobili, eat your heart out, piping the Nolas, the Euro step to the rim, and now they just need to get more stops, less turnovers for Harbour. Try and work your way back into the game.
Again, Harbour mushing the pick and roll whenever Rashawn's in it, and as well as Beretta Davidson. Fortunately, trying to keep everything in front of you isn't easy when you're facing a tall fern.
So adept going to the left as well. Most players would dream of finishing that well with their strong hand, let alone their weak hand. And through the contact as well, as we see Sophie Dill check into the game. The and one free throw.
Harbour going a lot deeper now into their bench. We're seeing a few girls that haven't had much court time in the first half, so Coach Bronwyn Davidson just trying to give Waikato a few new looks, give them something different.
Rashawn for the travel. Just look to force it a little bit. Great defensive rebound there from Rashaan. Look into her nice and early. Can't get that to go, but Taylor Dalton still couldn't quite finish off with the offensive rebound, but great job crashing the glass there. Charlize has decided that no one can guard her, and she's exactly right. It's up to 33 points now. Charlize, and another turnover from Harbour. Charlize looks to come off the on-ball. Into the ball into Ella Bradley. Great pass and cut. Lewis with a great back cut there, and Ella Bradley with a great business of mind to find her on that cut. But Harbour again turned the ball over. Not making it easy for themselves here.
18-point deficit's definitely not where we want to see themselves. It now pushes out to 21, and looks like we've got a timeout for Harbour. Josh, what's Bronwyn thinking right now?
Trying to think of creative ways to try and A, get the ball out of Charlize's hands, and B, keep it out of her hands. And then if she does get the ball, maybe you need to send more people at her right now, because at the moment she's got 33 points on 20 shots. You don't want her to have such easy looks, but for her, she's getting to all her spots on the court. She's getting to the rim, she's pulling up for shots that she's very comfortable taking. So if you're Harbour, you probably want to try and figure out a way to maybe send more help at her, force Charlize to keep moving the ball. But as we just saw, Ella Bradley's shown the ability to step out and hit that three, and Charlize isn't just a one-man show, one-woman show. She has a lot of help around her. So again, I do not envy Bronwyn's position right now. I have nightmares sometimes thinking about having to strategize against Charlize, and I've never coached her before. If you're Waikato, you're just focusing on keeping the ball in Charlize's hands, make the right play. If she hits you and you're open, shoot the ball. Lots of player movement. Trust that you'll get the ball in good positions to score. Interesting to see what Roman's drawn up here.
Very good job there by Waikato, just keeping everything in front of them, nothing at the rim. And
great job by Tomokino on the offensive rebound, and Taylor Dalton a bit mad at herself there. She didn't quite have the pass on the money to the turnover. Can't afford those turnovers if you're Harbour trying to come back. And I'm just going to say that was out of bounds. So Harbour ball. Tomokino drives and finds Jordan Maddox. Can't get the turnaround mid-range to go. Charlize kicks it ahead in transition. And a lovely left-handed finish there from Ariel Williams-Mackey.
23-point gap now. If you're Waikato, you're loving this. If you're Harbour, you've got to think these last 2 and a bit minutes, how can you get this down to a manageable target for those last 10 minutes?
Nice little step through move from Kiwitini if I can get it to go.
Waikato being extremely patient here, not trying to force anything, just working the ball around, looking for cutters just like that. And
they're so adept at that, aren't they, Andrew? They all know exactly when to cut, and they all have their eyes up looking for those passes. Such a well-coached team. floater to go. Nice little find there by Charlize. Can't get it to go. Come away with the offensive rebound. Great pass to Ella Bradley. She can't get it to go either.
This is one here for Harbour, just pushing the ball in transition. Unfortunately, unable to get the kick out to the corner, but they get a nice little reset there on the out of bounds play.
Tess Tomakino, she was so effective last night, particularly in the first half. She hasn't even taken a shot yet so far. So Coach Bronwyn Davidson, you want to be encouraging her to keep being aggressive. Charlize rips the ball away there from Keely Tinney. Great pass, great finish in transition. Ariel Williams-Mackey.
That's exactly what he wanted. Waikato now a 25-point deficit coming into the end of the third. And they'll hold it for the last shot here, Waikato. Opportunity to push it to a 27-28-point lead.
We want to find Charlize. Yeah. Happily finds the open person. Looked like that was a foul there. Time for a full court shot that Charlize promptly stuffs back in her face. She's doing it all. And the lead has ballooned out here as Waikato lead 60-35. In the Waikato huddle, Andrew, what will be discussed there by Coach Anthony Corbin and Leanne Walker?
I think Coach Corbin is just a maintenance of what you're doing. They brought you a lot of success in that third quarter. Obviously, it was a 7-point game at halftime. They've now pushed that out to 25-point lead. So just keep being patient, using up your possessions, and you've got to start thinking, right, how are Harbour going to try and bring this back? And if you're Coach Davidson, what are you trying to do, Josh?
Again, you're at a desperation point where you need to start throwing different looks at Waikato. You maybe need to start pressing. I don't know quite how effective it can be pressing Charlie Sedgwick-Walker, who's a point guard for the New Zealand national team. That seems difficult, but that's the spot you're in, unfortunately. You're going to need to start trying different things here. Maybe doubling Charlize, maybe being more strong with that face guarding. Again, like I said, it's nightmare stuff trying to think of possible strategies to go against this Waikato team. They're so skilled and versatile as a group. And I've seen funnier things happen, but there's a long road ahead of the Harbour girls here.
So we've got one more quarter to go here at the Aon Under-19 Nationals. It's currently Waikato 60, Harbour 35. 10 more minutes of basketball to try and bring this back, make it a competitive game, or else Waikato's just going to waltz to a back-to-back championship. Assistant Coach Jodie Cameron there getting very animated with her players. Obviously not happy with how things are going currently and how can they change it. As we hear the call 2 siren stick, which it has not done at all this week.
And Wentworth is into the game, I believe, for the first time. She's played a minute so far, so again, maybe she's been inserted to get some three-point shooting. She's a very effective three-point shooter, so maybe that's why she's been inserted into the game here, to try and generate some quick points.
Once again, we see Waikato very, very patient, happy to burn some time before they get the ball to Charlize, and a lovely drop off there. Easy basket to start the quarter.
Looks for that three, can't quite find it, so they keep moving the ball. Maddox will come off the on ball and look to attack. drops it off, cutting Hannah Wentworth with 2 seconds on the shot clock. And Jordan Maddox wasn't aware that the shot clock was running down. She had a wide open corner 3. Have to recognise the shot needs to go up there. Charlie's wide open, but turns down the open 3-pointer to drive and find wide open Janae Hettig. Harbour turns the ball over. It's getting away from them now. Called for the foul there. Trying to pressure Harriet Berry up top.
Great drive there at the circle. One, just keep getting the ball to the hoop, milk some foul calls, and keep extending his lead with some easy free throws.
First free throw, and calmly knocks down the second.
No commentators cursed there, luckily. Waikato, they've now got this out to a 31-point lead, and Josh, at one stage you start to panic a little bit if you're Harbour.
I think the point of panicking is probably already been reached. Maybe I spoke too soon as Hannah Wentworth reignites the comeback, banked 3.
Both teams making some substitutions there, trying to get some different lineups in. Harbour, though, you've got to keep making sure how can you keep shooting on the floor, trying to chip away at this big lead that Waikato currently possesses.
And Charlize, first time, comes up short on that little mid-range against the mush. But they want to go get that one to go as Bella Alga checks into the game for the first time. Over. Nice little tip there from Delamere. She's proven she can do that all tournament. Sean looks to attack the hoop and can't get it to drop, but she draws the foul and get to the free throw line. Sinks the first.
Shante Carmen makes to a very, very good free throw shooter. She can keep getting to the line. Got to out Harbour. The clock stop, get some easy shots.
Great basketball from Waikato, the drive and kicks. Can't get the basket to go. Transition opportunity for Harbour, need to look to push it. And the loose pass leads to transition opportunity. Need to go. Again, Harbour look to push, need to be safe with the ball. Wentworth finds Sean Smith and foul called there. It's been a bit of body contact, pretty clean up top.
Rashawn just once again putting her head down, getting to the hoop, drawing the foul call, and straight to the free throw line.
Splashes the first free throw. And Delamere tracks down the offensive rebound. So great at that kind of stuff, and Charlize gets her hand on the ball and causes the turnover. Shoots the wide open three, can't get that to go. Nate Hettig staying active on the boards. I believe Harbour calls the timeout. Down 27. What is Bromwell going to pull out of the bag of tricks here, Andrew? Down 28 with 6 minutes to go. What are you looking to do if you're coaching this game right now?
I think if Coach Bronwyn Davidson, it's what good opportunities can you get in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock. Obviously, only 6 minutes and 9 seconds to go. You can't keep using the entire 24, or you're just going to run out of time. You're trying to call back a deficit such as this.
Yeah, you are at a position now where you need to try and speed the game up, generate as many offensive possessions as you can, and hope to try and, by some miracle, sneak your way back into the basketball game. Waikato will be awaiting full court pressure. I think that's what this timeout, Anthony Corbin will be spending the time talking about, handling the full court pressure. But again, a lot of experience on this team. They're not going to be flustered by that at all, you'd imagine. And maybe even looking to put some pressure on themselves. I think Harbour forgot which way they were going. I think both teams forgot which way they were going. J.R. Smith, what have you done to the youth of the world? No one knows anything anymore. They are all now figuring out which way they are going. That is always important to understand which hoop you're trying to shoot the ball into. Reminds me of the time a young Ezekiel Priest scored an own goal to Australia a couple of years ago.
And Wentworth there cleanly slotting both free throws. That's what you need for Harbour. Just keep putting the ball on the hoop, trying to get stops out of Waikato and just grinding down this lead.
Continuing to understand which hoop you're trying to score at will also be another key as well. As we see Bradley with a nice drop-off pass to Casey Leaf. Charlize, very unlucky. Missed that there, in and out. Koha Lewis looking to go for the acrobatic shot over the top of the backboard, a la Larry Bird, couldn't get it to go. You've got to admire the creativity. Sorry, that was River Walker Pittman with the steal at the other end. Foul call. Let's have a look to get the ball into Rashawn Smith.
Harbour will be happy that it's now Waikato's 4th team foul, so anything after this, and they're going straight to the free throw line. See a cross screen action there for Keeley. Thinks they'll Taylor Dalton, then they go straight back inside to Rashawn.
It's down the mid-range jump shot.
Waikato again, just controlling the ball. They've got Charlize here, looking into a Hormans action.
at the shot clock buzzer. That's the score at 70-45. Tini gets her shot blocked. Lewis, nice little pull-up mid-range. Tini responds in kind down the other end, the long two.
Another horns action there for Waikato. To the hoop, but Rashawn Smith once again says, "This is my house, get out."
And she gets away with the travel there. A lot going on there in the last 30 seconds for Rashawn Smith. She subs out of the game. Timeout has been called here just to elongate Harbour's torture here. Shout out to Morgan Maskell for his positive feedback on our commentary. Just a supportive young man, got to appreciate that.
Still 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go here in the A1 Under-19 women's final. You don't want to say it's a foregone conclusion just yet, Josh.
It's a foregone conclusion.
He's called it. He's called it early. I think he could be right, but you never know. Basketball's a funny game, and
it's not this funny.
Josh putting down the hard work.
Someone's got to bring the harsh truths here. Jordan Maddox looks for a consolation three, and she drops it to make it a 22-point game. Goodness me, it'd be crack up if Waikato managed to blow this lead here after I called it the game a foregone conclusion.
I will definitely be replaying that historic timeout moment where you called it.
Unfortunately, that's not going to happen given that it is a foregone conclusion as Harbour commit a foul there.
That'll be Harbour's fourth team foul, so again, both teams on 14 fouls, anyone who fouls after this. Both teams will be shooting free throws. A bit easy there for Waikato. It's now a 24-point game, and not looking good for Harbour.
Now again, probably want to just look to get some subs in now at this point for Harbour, given that the game is over. So again, Charlie Sledger-Walker with approximately her umpteenth national title. Great back cut there from Kaha Lewis. Ella Bradley hits her. Such a well-coached team. Does know how many national titles that is for Charlie Sledger-Walker, please let us know in the comments on Facebook. My prediction is somewhere in the vicinity of 49,000. I'm not sure if that'll be accurate.
Coach Gorwin, of course, also adding to his historic list of titles.
commentators, myself, Josh Davis and Andrew Horrocks, all complaints about my monotone voice. Please keep them to yourself. They hurt my feelings.
Interesting thing here by both coaches leaving their starters in to play this out. Usually when you see a lead of this size, it's an opportunity to give bench players a vital opportunity in the final, but neither team have gone with that so far. We'll see another timeout by Harbour. This could be their final one. What will Bronwyn try and get out of this?
So we've been reliably informed by robot-brained Morgan Maskell that this is Charlize's 5th rep title and 7th national title overall, which is quite a remarkable achievement. Hard to imagine that's been topped by many players in their youth careers. Again, we don't want to keep harping on about the greatness of Charlize Leger-Walker, but we do have to sort of give the proper context here. She is, for me, she's definitely the best female basketball player I've ever seen in my life. And it'll be interesting to see as the years go on what level she can get to. My bet would be the WNBA is not out of question at all. Andrew, where do you see the career, the future going for Charlize Leger-Walker?
It certainly is very bright, and as you say, maybe the WNBA isn't reaching Charlize. It'll be cool to see in a couple of years when she heads off to college, undoubtedly on a Division I scholarship, just how she goes there and then what she goes to after that.
But again, you also don't want to count out Charlize's teammates as well. They've supported her so ably throughout the whole tournament and so versatile and skilled and unselfish, and they've been great to watch. They're so well coached by Anthony Corbin and Leanne Walker, all on the same page offensively. They've been really genuinely great to watch. So full congratulations to them on another national championship.
Harbour here pushing the ball, still not giving up, and that could be it. I think we'll just see Waikato dribble out the clock here and another national championship.
This would be great to have a sweet, merciful end. Charlize almost breaks her own ankles. Genuinely stunned that ball did not go in the hoop. There you have it, folks. Waikato are your Aon Under-19 national champions for 2018.
Again, just a reminder, if you want to play for New Zealand, make sure you're eligible. We don't want a situation where you're over 16 and then New Zealand's not, you don't have a passport for it. People will pull you up, so make sure you're eligible and then keep chasing your hoop dreams.
All right, so that wraps it up. Waikato are your Under-19 Aon national champions. We will be back in a few minutes for our boys final. We have Manawatu going up against Canterbury. We'll see you soon.
The Tall Ferns culture is absolutely incredible. I've never experienced anything like it.
We're always underdogs, we always fight really hard. It's always an honour playing for the privilege to wear the jersey.
It's always just a tight-knit group of girls who fights on every possession. We're often undersized, but I don't think we've ever been outplayed in terms of heart and desire. So when I think of Tall Ferns, that's what I think of.
The Tall Ferns is a family. It's not just about the wins and the losses and the competition, but coming to see the up-and-coming players. I just feel so connected with them just being from the same country. We get on so well, and it's, you know, it's a great connection I have with the girls.
For three! Talk
The
about
grit and
bailing
the
him
fight
out.
that the Tall Ferns have, come in as the underdog and compete with these world champs and have no fear in their eyes, and they just take on anyone that comes in their path. It's something that I was really excited to be a part of.
I joined the Tall Ferns in 2008, before the Olympics, and that to date might be the best experience of my life. It also opened up a whole international basketball experience for me. I'd never thought of playing professionally after college, and we got to go up against the best teams in the world, Team USA, China, Spain, the Czech Republic. Yeah, the Tall Ferns really just showed me that there's basketball out there besides what's in America and what I was used to.
I think if I was to give any advice to young aspiring basketball athletes, especially females, it would be to work really hard, and if it's something that you love, then go for it. The world is your oyster, and especially in terms of basketball, you can do so many things with it. You can go so many places, and going to college, playing professionally overseas. It's definitely a career option for women now, and that's amazing. You know, follow your dreams definitely, but you need to work really hard at it, and if you're really passionate about it and you really care and you really love it, then you'll be amazed at what you can achieve.